#1, Jared Mees. Got to participate in the sprint car for a day ride along, thanks to Kirk Cheney for winning the ICE championship, finishing in the top 3. What do you think of your experience?
You know, I gotta say, I give these guys a lot more respect now. I used to come here and be like, they got 4 wheels, you know, but I couldn't imagine what it would be like with 16 or 18 guys out there, and I had a ball. I had a lot of fun. I mean, it was just like every time you got out there, every lap was just a grin, you know. So thanks to Kirk Cheney and international championships events, I.C.E., you know, it was cool to definitely have this kind of experience, winning the #1 plate in the World Championship Ice Racing Series. So hats off to them guys. Hopefully we can get it done again next year and come back and give us some fun.
Think of the horsepower compared to what you guys are running with the GNC twins?
It seems like it's right there. Like the acceleration is just, it's all in your, it's all, you know, we're used to being all in our throttle, and it's all in the foot now. So it's, as soon as you mash it, it's just there. And the whole how the car works just is amazing. I mean, you get it in there and it feels like you're completely stepped out sideways, but you can just feed the gas to it. So it was pretty wild.
What's it feel like being strapped in versus throwing your legs over a saddle?
At first, when I first climbed in and was strapped in, I'm like, oh no, you know, this is going to be a little different. But once you get out there, you don't really notice it as much, I guess, and you don't have much vision like you do on the motorcycle. So you're kind of just focus on what's in front of you. It was good. It was fun.
You used to be good on that one. See, when you hit that groove and come in, just popping the rev limiter,
yeah,
that's perfect.
Yeah, I can feel it. Like I wouldn't really use a whole lot of brake, just a little bit, and then just back on smoothly.
Seeing you at the ice races next year, you're going to try and pin that title?
Yes, I am.
JR, this is your first time in a sprint car. What do you think about the experience?
Oh, it was great. You know, something different. I'm kind of starting to get to be one of the older guys on the circuit, so I started thinking about getting a cage around me. So it was nice to get the experience in a car and get to at least try it and see how it felt. Basically, what I'm here this time is, are you okay? Are you okay? Thumbs up.
What do you think about driving this high horsepower sprint car, wing sprint car, compared to driving a twin, a Harley, or even a 450 on a mile or half mile?
No, it's hard to compare. I've been racing motorcycles since I've been 4 years old, so riding a bike's kind of like walking for me. And you get in something like this, and you feel kind of like a fish out of water. You just everything it did felt like it was doing it so fast, and then you watch the other guys go, and you're like, that's all the faster I was going. So every time you get in, you want to go a little harder, but then you get in there and you realize, no, that's all I want to do right now instead of hitting that wall. So it's just a different feel. But I think, you know, a couple more times and a couple more laps, and it's still that race mentality. You can feel the wheels start sliding a little bit. You know how you want to get to the turn. It's just kind of understanding where you want to put out in the track and how hard you can step on the brake and gas to do it together.
So 5 more laps and you could have been out there with Steve Kinzer?
10.
10 more laps?
Yeah.
And you could have been out there with Steve Kinzer?
10.
10 more laps?
Yeah.
It is that you haven't been off of a bike since you were 4 years old, and you're just coming off this knee surgery. So you came out here, you weren't going to miss this experience that you earned on the I.C.E. Series this last year, finishing 3rd right behind Kevin Anderson and Jared Mees. So what's it feel like to not be racing a bike last night at I-96, but here today in the sprint car?
Yeah, it's been a tough season. I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't been injured since I've been 4 and raced my whole career. And 15 years of riding the Grand National circuit and not missing a single race. So I've been very lucky. Then this knee injury happened, and I've missed a few nationals now. I'm hoping to really be back for Peoria. But yeah, with this whole deal and running the whole ICE series, knowing that this was out there as a carrot for the top 3, really kind of pushed me to make sure I got top 3. And then with the knee injury, I said, you know what, I'm still going to be jumping in that car as long as I can bend my leg enough to get in the hole here. And everything worked good. I mean, it was a little tough pushing the brake, but the knee's coming along good. We'll be back hopefully in a month racing dirt bikes, but it was fun to get in the car. I think I made Kirk Cheney, who I got to thank for letting us get in this car, a little nervous because I told him I haven't wrecked anything for 2 months, so he was sweating bullets when I jumped in there. But no, I really respect him letting us do this and really appreciate it. And I appreciate, you know, the I.C.E series putting this program together, having a great series for us to run, and then, like I said, this is just kind of a cherry on the top.
Hotter than Jared or better time?
A better time.
You got the tire a lot higher.
I heard it was 15.7.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. Hill. Must have been wore out.
Number 11, Kevin Anderson from Cambridge, Minnesota. 2009 World Championship ice racing champion in the manufactured cut bikes. Kevin, your first experience in a 600 horsepower wing sprint car, what'd you think?
It's unbelievable. There's really can't describe what it's like. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever experienced.
Riding those twins and the 450 singles on the big dirt tracks?
You know, the twins are kind of our big deal, our world of outlaws, and just riding a twin, you know, we have 80 horsepower, this thing's got over 600, and it's just, like I said earlier, it's unbelievable. There's nothing compared to it. You get on the gas hard and the thing feels like it wants to loop over back.
Come out and finish in the top 3 of the ICE next year, you're going to give it a little bit more gas?
Well, you know, I mean, we did have the fastest time today, which feels good, you know, over a half second faster than Jared Mees and J.R. Schnabel, but, you know, not everybody can really just get in it, I guess. It's really, you got to get a feel for sliding the car. It feels like you're way sideways, but really when you're watching the other guys, you're not hardly sliding at all, and it looks like you're going slow, but inside that car, it's crazy.
You actually feel like you're going a lot faster than what you are.
Oh yeah, it feels like you're just hauling a man.
You got the racing with these guys next year, right?
Race with these guys, they're gonna be like, so the sprint car driver, some bitch, I'll show him.